Welcome back to my declutter diaries. If you watched last week's episode of this series, you will know that we took this room that I'm sitting in from this to this, which, you know, big pat on the back for that transformation. In today's video, we are going to be clearing some of the existing furniture out of this room and then redecorating the room with furniture that I have in this room and around the house. So the first thing on our agenda is to post the couch to sell on Facebook Marketplace. In order to do that, we need to clean her up a little bit to take the photos of her to post. So this is the couch that we're gonna sell today. You can see here there's just a little bit of dust, some debris all over the fabric here. So let's get cleaning. I'm gonna go and get our Dyson vacuum. Raisin always gets really scared of the vacuum. Even after being around it for 4 years, it freaks him out every single time. Doesn't it, Ray Ray? Okay, she's been cleaned. I mean, clean enough to take these photos for Facebook Marketplace. So now that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make her look beautiful, get her ready to sell. This out of the way here. Not really well versed in product photography. Just gonna do our best here. Another thing we have to do is take measurements of the couch. So to do that, we got our Fat Max measuring tape. If you know, you know. 9 feet. Fuck. Oh God. Okay, anyways. So here we have 136 inches. Write that down. Okay, now we gotta post her. I'm sitting on the couch to get me inspired to write the description about her. I don't even think I've ever sold anything on Facebook Marketplace. But one thing I do wanna make clear in the description is that it needs a lot of work. I don't want people to come and view it, see the condition that it's in, and then leave. I want them to know up front what they're getting themselves into. Okay, we just posted her and I already got an offer. I listed it at $600, which is what I paid for it. So somebody, Alan, offered me at $350. So I'm just gonna hold off. I literally just posted it and I already got an offer, so I'm hopeful. All right, we have a very big update here. If you'll notice, this room, it's looking a little less cluttered. Maybe a couch has been removed. Maybe it's been sold. That's right, everyone. I've done the impossible. I've sold that red couch on Facebook Marketplace. So what's the tea? What happened? How did we get her out of here? Couch was listed at $600. That's what I paid for her. That's what I wanted to recoup. I post the couch. I get a lot of interest, but interest means nothing on Facebook Marketplace. We need action. So the night that I posted, I got my first tangible offer. What was it? $350. We had listed the couch for $600. It wasn't gonna work for me. I was like, you know what? We're gonna play the long game. I was hoping we would at least get $500 for the couch. In hindsight, I realized if I wanted $600, I should have posted it at $700 and not $600. Because you guys know how negotiation works. You name your price, they offer you lower, and then you meet somewhere in the middle. So I shouldn't have listed the couch at $600 if I wanted $600 because we were gonna meet in the middle. Anyways, learning moment. I then got my next interested prospective buyer, a woman by the name of Joanna. Joanna said that she was gonna come pick the couch up on Friday. I was like, perfect. She's like, when can I come pick it up? And I'm like, I'm flexible. I work from home. She was like, perfect. Then she asked, can one person move the couch or does it require 2 people? For context, if it wasn't clear from the video, the couch is in 2 pieces. The one piece, that short like coffee table, you could move that with 1 person. The other 9-foot actual couch part, no, you need 2 people. So I told her, no, you're gonna need 2 people to move the couch. Then she was like, I can come on Friday, but it's only only me. Is there someone on your end that can help me move the couch? And I was like, yeah, sure. My husband, I'll have him be home and he will help you move the couch into your truck. So we were coordinating this all on Thursday. She was set to come Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. What do I get Friday morning? A message at 9:40 from Joanna. She can't come anymore. I was like, perfect. Good thing I made my husband work from home this morning so that he could help you move this couch into your truck, but you're not coming. No problem. So we were done with Joanna. Snooze, you lose, Joe. She was like, I could come the next day. In the world of Facebook Marketplace, you got one shot, Joanna. That's it. So after Joanna bailed, I was done with her because I had a lot of other prospective buyers. Now, she didn't offer to give like a deposit or anything like that. So I was like, you know what? We're moving on. I'm not going to hold this couch for you another day because I had another buyer who could come the next day, Saturday morning. This man named Matt. Matt comes with his brother. They were lovely. They take the couch. They pay me. How much did they pay me? $500. So not the 600 I initially wanted, but not too bad. So then, couch is out of my house. I have my money. I'm feeling great. I mark the couch as sold on the listing on Facebook Marketplace. Then what happens, you guys? Joanna tells me off for not responding to her when she bailed. I mean, I guess I could have responded to her, but I was just like kind of annoyed. But I don't owe Joanna anything. You waste my time. She tells me off. She said I'm lame and irresponsible for not selling her the couch. And she basically said that I should have honored the buyer who contacted me first about the couch. And I was like, why do I have to honor the person who contacts me first when they bailed on picking it up? Riddle me that, Joanna. And then she says, you don't understand how the adult world works. That sucks that you don't honor the rules. What rules? What are you talking about? Where do I get this manual with all the rules, Joanna? Joanna's pissed. Thank goodness I didn't give her my actual address because when we were coordinating the initial pickup that she bailed on, she asked for my address and I gave her an address that was like a couple blocks away. And then I didn't update her with my actual address because she never came. Thank goodness, you guys. Facebook Marketplace, you have to be careful. But good news is, the couch is out of the space and now we can actually get to moving some of my furniture in here. So that is super exciting. And I was worried that the couch was going to take a long time to sell because we couldn't really move forward with the room transformation while the couch was here because it just took up so much space and we didn't have room to move any of the other furniture in. But now we can, so let's get to it. So the first thing we're going to do here is take out this rug and put a new rug in. The rug that we're putting in is one that I bought initially for my room upstairs. For context, upstairs is where I film all of my content. And why I'm moving the rug from upstairs to downstairs is because the pattern, it was just a bit too loud to have as the backdrop for my content. For filming, I needed something a little bit more neutral. I found in a lot of my videos, the focus was on the rug because of the bright pattern, as opposed to, you know, what I was filming usually myself. So we're gonna try it out in this space. I haven't really measured anything, so hopefully it fits. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this rug. This rug is pretty beat up. It has a lot of spills on it. I might just put it at the curb. I'm not quite sure yet. Okay, the rug is in. You want to cuddle? I know, mommy working. She can, mommy's working. Raisin gets aggressive when he doesn't get, this is an uppy right here, when he wants to be picked up and cuddled. And he gets kind of aggressive when we don't pick him up. Ray, come on. Oh, now you're trying to climb. Okay, come here. He's hard to say no to. Okay, I know, you just want to cuddle. I know, that's what we all want. The next piece of the puzzle are these chairs. I'll give you more info once the chairs are in, but they are brown velvet Togo chairs. We don't have the full set. We have a lounger and a corner piece. I wish we had the full set, but these are the chairs here waiting to be put into the room. Hello everybody, we are back in this room. So where we left off, I in the previous scene was frantically trying to rearrange the furniture to try and make a semblance of a cohesive space. I failed miserably. I was feeling like, and I kind of generally feel this about the rest of my house, but we have nice furniture, but it doesn't seem like we put it together properly. Like we have nice pieces in this room, but the room doesn't have a cohesive vibe, if that makes sense. It looks like the furniture doesn't go together. It looks like disparate pieces just kind of placed in a room. And yesterday I was really trying to make things work. I was moving the furniture. I probably went through like 30 different configurations of the existing furniture. However, because I was moving the furniture all around, what was I getting? Sweaty. I was getting sweaty. And where did I have to go that evening? Electric Island. And I was meeting up with my friend and I didn't have time to shower again, so I had to stop. But I'll show you where the furniture landed. But before I do, I have to give a big shout out to Antonio. I went to Electric Island and just as I entered the festival, I was stopped by dear Antonio, who said he loved my videos and that I was gonna be a star. I think that's what he said. That's what I remember him saying. That's how I interpreted what he said. And he told me to keep on going, which is honestly what I needed to hear yesterday, because I feel like sometimes I gave up being a lawyer to be like this mid tier influencer, and I'm like, why did I do that? That was stupid. Subjectively in my head, I'm like the biggest, best influencer to ever exist, but I know that does not correspond with reality per se. And because of that, some days I'm just like, what am I literally doing with my life? Do I keep going? Do I just, you know, really commit to the I mean, we're committed at this point. There's really no going back, but should I go back? Is this career really like stable in the long term? It's kind of a volatile industry. Why did I leave like a stable income in career to pursue this endeavor? These questions keep me up at night and have been a lot recently. And I think part of that is also because I did have an idea of what an influencer, what that life and career look like. And I think that's partly because just like how I found in law, kind of my preconceived notion of what it was to be a lawyer is very different than what it actually means to be a practicing lawyer on the day-to-day. And that is also true for influencing. I think from the outside looking in, it looks very glamorous, but sometimes the reality is that glamorous life of an influencer is really a facade. It's how, you know, you're spinning your life to be perceived by the masses, and that also doesn't correspond with reality. And the reality is that being an influencer and a content creator, it can be really isolating because you're often just alone making content by yourself. So recently I've been thinking, like, did I really give up being a lawyer to just talk to myself all day on camera? Yeah, I did. And sometimes it can feel like nobody's watching or really cares, but sweet Antonio, he's watching. It really did give me the encouragement to kind of keep going. But now I will give you a full room tour to show you what's in this space, where everything has landed, and kind of the future, the vision, if you will. This is a togo from the 70s. It is made out of velvet. The designer of the togo is Ling Rosé, which I always mix up with La Roche-Posay, which is a skincare brand. I bought these vintage from a vintage dealer in Toronto. Jojo has pooed on both of the chairs. He loves these. He can tell they're expensive, so he poos on them. And I honestly kind of regret buying these chairs. Number one, they were expensive. Number two, because they're from the 70s, I don't think I will ever be able to find, I mean, never say never, but I think it would be very difficult to find the matching set. Like, you can get an ottoman for the togo. There's like a togo ottoman. That's something I would be interested in. However, for me to find a matching one, it would be near impossible. What we're currently using as an ottoman is this puff here. This is cute though. I think the orange and the brown, they look good together. Okay, now moving on over here, we have, okay, so this is a Volkswagen ad for TIFF. TIFF being the Toronto International Film Film Festival. I bought this at Value Village for, I think, $7.99. There is some water damage here, but the reason why I bought it is because I love vintage advertisements, because that's what I like to think of myself as, an advertiser. When I initially got into influencing, I read a lot on branding and advertising and a lot of the kind of seminal books on advertising. They take you back to advertising first principles, and they go through a lot of historic ads and what made them successful. I've always kind of loved that subject area as somebody who in a way works in advertising, so I thought this was a pretty cool find. Now underneath the Volkswagen, we have these nesting tables. They were in this room initially. We got these on the side of the road. They are very cute, but they are also pretty worn and beat up. I would like to refinish them at some point, but not today. We have the other Togo piece. This is the corner. We have this lamp. I don't like this here, but this is where it is for now. I think it should be closer to the window. We definitely do need to get more plants. And now moving along here. So this side table, it is from IKEA. I think it's called the Balboa side table. Let me fact check that one. And I have a special connection to this IKEA table because I assembled it myself. And speaking of things I learned in my advertising studies, a reason why IKEA is so successful is because of that assembly model, because the consumer, the purchaser, they have to assemble the piece themselves. They feel a deep, strong connection to the piece of furniture, which I definitely do to the side table here. And that connection to the furniture translates to a broader connection to the IKEA brand. That was intentional. Okay, but back to the task at hand. I think this is called the Balboa. I could have made that up. Balboa table IKEA. No, that's not it. Oh, close. Bagboda. Bagboda. The Bagboda side table. So to give you some background on the Bagboda, this coffee table was designed by Corinne Mobring and was in our catalog in 1971, then with the fitting name Chromie. So Chromie, Bagboda. She's a bit wobbly because I put her together, and I purchased this side table when I was initially buying furniture for our house like 2 years ago, and I was so stupid I didn't even measure the dimensions of it, and because I didn't measure the table, I didn't realize how large it actually is, specifically how wide it is. So I can't say I really love the piece, but there she is. And then on top of that, we have my DJ controller. Now in this corner, we have this Cartel Compolini, like a little side table. Some people use them as nightstands. These drawers open. Okay, and that's really the furniture tour. I'll give you a bird's eye view of the room. 1 second. Okay, but you see what I mean about having like cute pieces, but it doesn't feel like the room really goes together. It's kind of the overall feeling I'm having right now. So this room is good. It's definitely a lot better than when we started a week and a half ago. She's come a long way. I'm still not completely satisfied with the room. It seems like there are a lot of areas for improvement. But in terms of next steps for the room, number one, we need to purchase some art. The walls are so bare. Number two, we need to purchase some plants. I think doing those two things will significantly improve the room. Another thing that we probably need to do is purchase another chair. And that chair would be to replace this one here. And to replace it, I think I want something with a larger footprint. Another thing I need to look into is like interior design principles and how to arrange like chairs. Like when you have a space and say you want to make like a conversation kind of pit around a rug like we're trying to do here, how do you balance the space? Are there like rules to follow? I feel like knowing that would be helpful and maybe help accomplish the space feeling more cohesive and uniform. But just furnishing this room with stuff we had, I think we did a good job. I'm happy with the transformation overall. We're going to take a little bit of a hiatus from the declutter diaries because we have a very busy September, including with some travel. Next weekend, we are going to a wedding in Prince Edward County, and then the following week, like literally 3 days after that weekend away in Prince Edward County, we are going to Hawaii for a week and a half. We have another wedding there. So that kind of content will be featured in next week's video. Maybe we could pack for Hawaii together. I feel like that would be a good, because you know me, I'm always leaving stuff to the last last minute. I don't know what is it? Why? I wish it was like this. It's also TIFF in Toronto, so we just have a crazy hectic week coming up, but full of fun stuff. And we're going to do a Lipa, which I love. But of course, if I acquire any new pieces for the room, I will keep you posted on that. But probably mid-September, when we get back from Hawaii, is when we will resume the home renovation series, because we have the entire rest of the house to declutter. I wish it wasn't so, but I know by the end of this, our house is gonna look so gorgeous and beautiful, and we won't even believe that it looked like it did a week and a half ago by the end of it. So thank you for tuning in this week. If you have any interior design suggestions for me for this room, let me know. If you know how to arrange chairs around a rug, let me also know. I think one of the issues is usually when you have a kind of conversation pit, like say you have a couch and then two like accent chairs, underneath the furniture is a rug, like in a typical living room setup, you have a coffee table in the middle. However, the issue is with the Togos, because they're so low to the ground, any coffee table looks, or most coffee tables look really high and it looks off. Like if you remember that wood coffee table we had in here, the one, the RS Associates one, I tried putting it in here with the Togos, but it was just way too high. It looked completely off. So I think that's one of the struggles with the Togos, and another reason why I maybe shouldn't have bought them, but whatever, you can't go back. Yeah, if you have any suggestions on how to rearrange furniture, let me know. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel honestly so accomplished, but okay, goodbye. As always, I will see you guys next Tuesday.